Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Our today's topic of discussion is international investment. It is one of the most important vehicle of global operations. Economic growth and development of countries depend to a large extent on adequate capital and technological inputs. Most often, these inputs are not sufficiently available in a number of countries. So, importation of these inputs is made to supplement domestic resources that enhance investment as well as productivity. Foreign capital can come to countries seeking it in various forms. It can be a loan, capital, direct investment, and also portfolio investment, etc. Now come to the nature and types of international investment. The international investment play an important role in the effort of developing countries. There are two major types of international investment. They are foreign direct investment and portfolio investment. Let's learn about foreign direct investment. It occurs when an investor based in one country, suppose the home country, acquires an asset in another country, the host, with interest to manage the assets. The company investing in these countries also transfer assets such as technology, management, and marketing. Further, these investing companies also seeks the power of exercising control over decision making in a foreign enterprise, the extent of which has to vary according to its equity participation. Recently, there has been tremendous expansion of FDI. There are four main characteristics or features of growth of FDI. These are: the bulk of investment flows is among the developed countries. Second, the growth of investment has been substantial. Third, the developing countries have increasingly become recipients of FDI. Lastly, the flow of FDI to developing countries, however, is concentrated in approximately 10 countries. Now come to the portfolio investment. Portfolio capital normally moves to investment in financial stocks, bonds, and other financial instruments. Further, the portfolio capital moves to the recipient country, which has revealed its profitability and has a comparative advantage over the counterparts in investing country. Portfolio capital, unlike FDI, is affected largely by individuals and institutions through the mechanism of capital market. Portfolio investment, to a large extent, is expected to be speculative and footloose its character. FDI helps in the development of the host countries. In specific terms, the major advantages are discussed as follows. FDI is expected to bring needed capital to the developing countries. FDI provides inflow of foreign exchange resource and removes the constraints of balance of payment. FDI as a promoter of exports of host developing country. Foreign enterprises with their global network of marketing, possessing marketing information are in a unique position to exploit these strengths. Foreign direct investment has also promoted higher wages. Relatively higher skilled jobs would receive higher wages. Beside this favorable impact of FDI, there are some limitations which has been discussed as follows. Foreign enterprises depend on domestic capital. It has been the experience of a number of developing countries where foreign enterprises have depended to a large extent of domestic capital markets and have heavily borrowed from their national financial institutions. Secondly, need not necessarily remove balance of payment constraints in the long run. While FDI may remove balance of payments constraints in the initial stages, the outflows generated in the form of dividend, loyalty, and technical management fees may be far in excess of equity inflows in the early stages. Third, does not create higher wages. Most often, FDI indulge in exploiting the wages in host developing countries. Hence, the argument that they generate higher wages is not completely correct. Fourth, does not create additional exports. Most often FDI comes to explicit the domestic market bearing a few export processing zones. The foreign enterprises most often exploit the domestic market. Lastly, does not create competitive environment. The TNCs, through their market power, always create oligopolistic or monopolistic market conditions. 3 or 4 TNCs control the whole market. So what we learn from this unit is the role of FDI is the economies has grown substantially over the last 15 years in developed and developing countries and economies in transition. The growth has been tremendous. Many developing countries are the beneficiaries of this inflow. This group of countries, however, is very small in number. Some argue that FDI has a positive impact on balance of payment and expand exports, supplies needed capital, technology and marketing skills. Critics of FDI argue that the positive balance of payment affects the temporary and ultimately lead to a negative impact. Hope you all liked today's video and discussion. So please share it with your friends. Subscribe my channel. You can also follow me in the Instagram. If you have any queries or have any suggestion, please comment below. Thank you. Have a nice day.